we're heading into Imola, and I've been talking about or been looking at Ayrton and his crash, and I've been trying to understand what happened. And I've been going over footage past, present to see like exactly what happened. I've been listening to people. I've been listening to Adrian Newey. I've been listening to Ron Dennis. I've been listening to Alain Prost, to all these guys who are infinitely closer to the source of the crash than I ever was. Try to understand. Now, the one thing I've come across is very like, I have no idea what happened, but I've come across very conflicting information. Potentially this being a mechanical issue on Ayrton's car that led him to the accident in 1994. But then we have so many other people crashing at that same corner. Surely they also all didn't have mechanical issues. If I can reel them off, crashes, high-speed crashes at the Tamburello corner. Piquet, 1987. Berger, 1989. Michele Alboreto, 1991. Ayrton Senna, 1994. And Ratzenberger's crash down the Villeneuve chicane as well look very similar ilk, like, understeer / lack of front end. Let me show you guys a couple of them. You guys tell me what you think, but I lean, after seeing all this footage, I leaned more towards something being wrong with the track car era combinations. Let's have a look. So we'll bring up PK's because he was 87. Give me a sec. I'll bring it up on the screen in front of you. It'll be this one. Here we go. Oh, so this is PK's crash in 87. Now, he's hit the wall with the back of his car. Now, the old saying goes, when you hit the wall with the front of your car, it's understeer. When you hit the wall with the back of your car, it's oversteer. I don't know what happened before. This is the only footage that I have of this. But anyway, same corner. He's hit the wall pretty much in the same spot Ayrton did. Berger was next in 89. Let's bring that one up. This is Gerhard Berger's crash. Same corner, same place. More or less, right? This one looks very similar to Ayrton's crash. Again, just the front not. And this is what I'm saying, like these guys and then the fire for good measure. Not good at all. And if we see a slow-mo, it's very, like the car going straight on is telling of this corner. The camera couldn't keep up with it there. Alboreto 1991. Let me show you guys that. That was the next one at Tamburello, the big one. The same sort of thing, like the front wing, like literally the same impact. The front right bang into the wall, like super big. Michele lucky to get out of this one, walks away. There's a slow-mo, I think, of it as well. You see a bunch of sparks and front wing goes missing in that case and ends up straight at the scene of the accident. And then, of course, we've got Ayrton Senna's crash, 1994. This one. It looks bigger. I'll give him that. Poor guy. And then we start to say, well, what happened here? But like with the context of all of the other crashes happening as well, I'm starting to think that there's something with cars and track that's not. I'm starting to think that the front tires are lifting ever so slightly and the guys just can't turn into the corner. But, what do I know about that piece of track? This is not my realm at all. Now, you see that little spark just left there. I'll go back as well. Again, I'm not sure if it's telling or not. Little spark that was left just there. You guys should be able to see that as I play it forward. I see the front moving quite a lot. If you guys watch the front of the car, here the front wing, I see that moving up and down quite a lot. So what I'm thinking, and again, guys, just me thinking out loud here. If I draw it on the screen in front of you, let's say this is the road surface, obviously not being flat, it's a little bit windy, a little bit bumpy, sorry. And the car with the front wing here, as it comes across the bumps, I feel like some air is getting in underneath. And look, again, I can't say this enough. I don't know this, but I feel like the front of the car is moving up and down and air can get in underneath, and it's enough to lift this tire off the ground, and then the steering goes. As in, your front tires are off the ground, you can't steer anymore because the road surface is not is not uniform. It's a bit dodgy, right? It's a bit bumpy and stuff. So then the car, like you've seen air get in underneath the cars, and then of course that caused cars to flip as well, where they end up like in the air. That's what I think. So the front's getting unloaded. So that basically says no steering column, no rear bottoming out. And I wanted to show you guys what I think of in terms of rear bottoming out. I wanted to talk to that as well, because when I think of rear bottoming out, I think the rear lets go. I'll show you a good example of rear bottoming out. This is Lando Norris's crash in 2023 in Vegas. Now you see the sparks from the car in front. Lando bottoms out here, and it's the rear that is unsettled. He hits the wall with the rear, because what happens when the car bottoms out, the car touches the ground and the rear gets unloaded as the weight unloads. So that's what I would expect in a bottoming out case. So Mr. Alex, supposedly the car bottomed out. This would be my expectation of a car that bottoms out. This is full tank of fuel, by the way, and just bottoms over the same bump as the car in front and hits the wall. So obviously we don't know, but these are my thoughts, is that it's more to do with the front. Now, interesting, Adrian Newey says that, I'll just come back. Adrian Newey, and we'll listen to it now. He says, I think if I quote correctly, he says that it wasn't steering column. Anyway, let's listen to what he has to say and we'll go from there.
I don't think we'll ever know with absolute 100% confidence what happened. None of the data.
Sorry, guys, hang on.
I don't think we'll ever know with absolute 100% confidence what happened. None of the data points to the steering column being the problem. What the data does show is that the car snapped sideways in a corner that should have been flat. So then, he got through the first lap flat. So why on earth didn't he get through the second lap flat? He did have a big moment on the first lap, but caught it. But the second lap tire pressure should have been up, and he should have been fine. So I don't know. You can speculate it was a slow puncture. The right rear tire was destroyed. So you never know. What I do know is the car is aerodynamically unstable, which is definitely down to me. I'd messed up on the aerodynamics of the car. The diffuser was stalling at very low ride height. And Ayrton, having lost the first 3 races, was absolutely determined to carry the car and win that race. And so that's the responsibility I have to live with.
Interesting. So Ayrton says, Adrian says the car snaps sideways, suggesting oversteer. That's what the data shows. It happened on the lap before. This is Adrian's words, not mine. The data shows a snap of oversteer. It happened on the lap before. Ayrton caught it. I don't know. I'm not seeing any oversteer. I mean, the thing went straight into the wall. I don't know. And Adrian, if anyone knows about what happened, it would be Adrian. But look, I wanted to document my thoughts, share my thoughts with you guys. I still feel like in the front, like loss of, there's been so many cars that have crashed. Again, PK 87, Berger 89, Alboreto 91, Senna 94. But then you've got the crash. I think it was PK's one where he did hit the wall like with an oversteer moment. The other 3, Berger, Alboreto, and Senna, went nose in first. Like I say, I thought I'd share that with you guys just to share my thoughts on what it could be. I was thinking about putting together a video on it, but because I'm not sure, I didn't put it together.